Big Herc 916, positivity, motivation. Never settle for average. Go pick you up some merch at bigherc916.com and represent and wash your ass, man, because ain't nothing worse than a stanky ass. Also, hit that subscribe button, share the channel. Let's bust this algorithm open. So they still got Tristan and Andrew Tate in jail without any formal charges. They denied their initial request for release, and they're just holding them. They're basically unlawfully being detained. Their attorney from the United States can't even go see them. And it's a kangaroo court situation. And for those who don't know what a kangaroo court means, that they make the rules up as they go along. These guys haven't been given any due process. And for all the haters out there who were saying, oh man, these guys are pedophiles, whatever the case, they were accused of human trafficking, using the lover boy situation to get these women to perform acts under the guise that they were gonna somehow marry these women down the road or promise them lovey-dovey, whatever you wanna call it. But that's what they were accused of on different forms through the press, but there's been no charges brought forth, and they're still just sitting in prison. But none of you guys are up in arms or really tripping off of the Epstein flight logs and all the people who were involved with Epstein. You guys are still watching their movies, clapping to their shows, entertaining them, and everybody knows what Epstein was involved in, who allegedly hung himself. If you want to buy that, I knew a dude in prison who allegedly hung himself, but he just disappeared from the yard one day. He was in my unit, and he was breaking down some stuff to me about the law, and said he knew a lot of celebrities. He used to party with certain people, and he told me he was actually going to be getting out. He said he was working on some things, and the next thing I know, he just disappeared. And that was that. So I've seen these type of things happen firsthand in prison, and it just mysteriously, the people are no longer there. But on the Epstein flight list, for those who haven't checked it out, you have a bunch of people on here, and they haven't been canceled. Adam Perry Lang, Akon, Alan Dershowitz, Alberto Pinto, Alec Baldwin, Alyssa Rogers, Anderson Cooper, Andrea Mitrovich, Andreas Pastrana, Anthony Kalidas. Damn. That's the guy from Red Hot Chili Peppers. Audrey Rambolt, Barack Obama. Wow. Ben Affleck, Beyonce Knowles, Bill Clinton, Bill Hammond, Bill Murray, Brian Affleck, Karen Casey, Casey Westerman, Charlie Sheen, Chelsea Handler, Chris Tucker. Oh man, Friday. Wow. Chris Wagner, Chrissy Teigen. Huh. Cindy Lopez, Claire Hazel, Courtney Love, Dan Schneider, David Koch, David Uroshevic, Demi Moore, Doug Bann, Ed Tuttle, Ed Barak, Ellen Spencer, Emmy Taylor, Fleur Perry Lang, Freya Wissing, Ghislaine Maxwell, Glenn Dublin, Greg Holbert, Gwen Stefani, Gwendolyn Beck, Hank Kohler, Heather Mann, Henry Rosavitsky, James Franco, James Gunn, Jean-Luc Brunel, Jean Michelle Gathy, of course Jeffrey Epstein, Jeffrey Jones, Jim Carrey, Jimmy Kimmel, Joe Pagino, John Cusack, John Legend, Juan Pablo Malis, I can't pronounce the last name, Juliet Bryant, Justin Rowland, Kathy Griffin, Katy Perry, Kelly Spam, Kevin Spacey, Christy Rogers, Larry Summers, Larry Vasilski, Laura Rasserman, Lawrence Cross, Linda Pinto, Lisa Summers, Lynn Foster de Rothschild, Madonna Cicerone, Mandy Ellison, Mark Collins Rector, Mark Epstein, Mark Lloyd, Marshall Mathers III, Melinda Lunes, Meryl Streep, Michelle Wolf, Naomi Campbell, Natalie Blacon, DePierre, Nicole Junkerman, Oliver Sacks, Oprah Winfrey, Paul Holla, Paul Mellon, Paula Epstein, Peter Marino, Pharrell Williams, Quentin Tarantino, Ralph Ellison, Ray Barzana, Ricardo Legorreta, Robert Downey Jr., Ron Burke, Sandy Berger, Sarah Kellen, Seth Green, Sean Carter. Oh, that's Jay-Z. Shelly Harrison, Shelly Lewis, Sophia Biddle, Stefania Gamanta, Stephen Collins, Stephen Colbert, Steven Spielberg, Steven Tyler, Silvente Grazanova, Talia Davis, Tiffany Graham, Maza, Tom Hanks, Tom Prisker, Tyler Grasham, Victor Salva, Virginia Roberts, Wanda Sykes, Will Ferrell, Will Smith, and Woody Allen. Now, being on the flight log, hey, I'm not saying they went there and actually participated in the pedophilia, but they were on the flight log. And a lot of times when you look at the guilty by association, well, it's a small circle and they do it all the time in the hood. So I don't see how it's any different when you talk about something of this nature. Now, there have been a lot of people who may be passing, seen Epstein. You know, I see people all the time take pictures with celebrities. It doesn't mean that they know the celebrities. It doesn't mean that they party with them. I see people faking all the time. Hey, let me get a picture. And they do that because they want to have status. You know, people used to do it with, you know, a bunch of different, you know, rappers, hip hop artists, oh man, and they act like that's their homie or they kick it with them, and that's not necessarily the case. So I'm not saying all these people were Epstein's homies or homegirls or friends or associates, but they were on the flight list, which is interesting to say the least. So you come to your own conclusion. You guys always, you know, make up stuff anyways. You know, people have made up a bunch of shit about me, so I can't sit here and call anybody else out by being on a flight list, but I'm just saying there is a flight list. A lot of people aren't talking about it, but they threw Andrew and Tristan Tate under the bus without knowing these guys, without actually, you know, these guys being formally charged with anything. But that's just how social media gets down, especially when you have somebody who speaks against the narrative and who's not rolling with mainstream. So draw your own conclusion. You heard the names, you can Google it yourself. All I did was Google the list. And there's been a lot of distractions, so nobody's been talking about it. But that's one of the things. You guys are so easily distracted, you just blurt out whatever you hear and you keep pushing. So, hey man, Big Herc 916, man, keeping it real, keeping it raw, and do your homework. Like I said, there's people who take pictures with people all the time. There's a lot of people who floss but don't know these people. I'm not saying these people all knew Jeffrey Epstein, but they were on the flight log. So there you have it. Hello, my name is Big Herc 916, and I'm with the Wash Your Ass Committee, and I'm traveling across America helping people wash their ass and get their booty holes clean. And I have with me here today Wash Your Ass Soap, and this one in particular is Butt Naked Scrub, but I also have Festival, Oatmeal Milk and Honey, Jamaican Me Crazy, Monkey Farts, And all these scents smell very good. They will help cleanse your body of funk and also make you feel better about yourself. So if you can go to BigHerc916.com, you can pick you up a bar. And my goal is to help America combat funk. Stop walking around with a crusty butt, smelly ball sack, and a funky hoo-ha. Big Herc said, wash that ass. Pick you up a t-shirt at FreshOutSeries.com. Hello, I'm Big Herc 916. Contact me for life coaching and motivational speaking.